After a bumpy season, Season 1 ends today with a game against Southampton. A win today could see Nottingham Forest finish in the top half of the Premier League table in Season 1 in the Premier League. Let's get to it. Hello and welcome back to the final episode of Season 1 of Forever Forest. We've done it pretty well. We have avoided the drop by a long shot in the end. I know last episode we started to worry a bit. We were dropping down the table. But I've managed to save us. Your old friend Murphy has saved the day here at Nottingham Forest. Before we get any further though, if you enjoyed this series so far and you haven't already, get down below, hit that subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up. So let's get into the results anyway. It's been going pretty well. Obviously last time out you saw us against Newcastle and I thought the Newcastle, okay, this could be the turning point. A 3-2 victory after the goals from Yates, Surridge and McKenna late on getting those goals. We thought things were looking good. And then we looked at the other fixtures coming up. The likes of Man U, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs. And I thought, oh, okay. We could be in trouble here. And then straight away, we played Man United. Lost 4-1. Absolute battering. Adrian got one goal for us. But Fernandes, Rashford, Ronaldo and Marco Asensio is there now. Well, of course. Adding to that, 4-1. Embarrassing defeat there at home. It didn't look good. It didn't look good. But we took on Liverpool. We went away to Anfield and we managed to take 3 points at Anfield, which is a massive ask. Because if you look at the league table, Liverpool are the champions. Liverpool have won the league by this point. Before the season even ends today, it's 1-4 game to go. Liverpool are the league champions. They've only lost 2 games all season. One being to us, which is absolutely huge in my eyes, really. The fact we managed to beat Liverpool, the league champions, lost 2 all season. And one of those now has been against my Nottingham Forest. So, big result there, and we went on to take on Bournemouth. Again, a 2-1 victory as well at home. Panzo and Sturridge late on penalty as well, doing the business for us. Another big important 3 points. And going to our final few games then, things start to look really good. We beat Brighton 2-0, McKenna and Pedro getting goals on the road for us. And then at home against Aston Villa, a 4-0 battering of Aston Villa. João Pedro, Daniel Sturridge getting 2 as well, a brace for him, and Johnny from the penalty spot. By this point we were safe, we were sailing, we were happy. And then we took on Spurs and lost 1-0 to Mariano goal. And then we lost 4-2 against Chelsea. I mean, Daniel Sturridge going against his former club in the first minute was always nice to see. But Timo Werner hat-trick, that's not something you see in real life very often, is it really? So, a Werner hat-trick, a 4-2 victory for Chelsea, leads us now to the final game of the season. You can see now, against Southampton, we're at home. And as the league table stands, I'm happy with that. 11th place, you can see it now, 46 points. Possibility of going further up the table today, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously, Leeds, depending on how Leeds play today, we could go above Leeds as well. So, fingers crossed, everything falls in our favour and we can get a top half finish for Nottingham Forest in our first season in the job in the Premier League. So, let's get into today's team then. Final game of the season to take on Southampton. We are at home as well today, so I mean, I want to go full strength. I want to get 3 points. 3 points is going to get us in the top half this season. So, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. So Samba's in there. Dagba is at a great loan at the club. We haven't decided yet if he's in the style or not, but we'll see what happens with him. Cook, McKenna, Danzo in that left back role. He's really impressed so far this season. Much more than what I thought he would do. With Yates, Johnny and Jada in the midfield. Johnny, again, I know I was on loan this season. He's had a pretty good loan, but again, still not sure yet if we keep Johnny around this season, but we'll see come the summer transfer window what happens with him. Johnson in that cam role with João Pedro and Surridge up front. Of course, the likes of Daniel Sturridge on the bench as well and a few others. So we'll see how they get on through this game. And then come next season, there's going to be some big transfers happening. So the teams come out now for the final game of the season. 3 points is a must in my eyes, really. I know we're at home. We're against a team who are lower than us right now in the league. So I want to keep this pressure on, basically, and try and get this 10th place this season. You can see the league table there on the right-hand side of the screen. There's a shade now, corner in. A nice early goal been great from that, really, as Iago gets rid of it. All the way as far as Panzo now, and the counter is on now for Nottingham. Panzo drives forward, find Dagba, the fullback, and so key this season, and Johnson puts it narrowly wide. What a chance for Nottingham. Yep, yeah, table there. 11th place right now, 47 points. Leeds on 48, Leicester on 49. There's a chance of 9th place there. There's a chance of getting up to 9th place in the league, but we'll take 10th. We'll take 10th right now. And you see there's like match stats right now. We are absolutely battering Southampton. We haven't seen many chances so far in terms of highlights, but in terms of the match stats, looking very, very good. As we go into half-time here, we'll take this so far. The game's in our hand, we're just taking our time. Slowly building to the match. At half-time though, we're in the better team. We do deserve to be winning, but I do worry now then. where are the chances coming from? Because we haven't seen nothing at all yet of, like, we have key highlights on, and we've seen nothing so far. I'm proud of the efforts, boys, but we need to hit the target. We do need to hit the target. I'm thinking at this point, though, Johnson possibly could come off here. Ince played in that role a few times this season. He looked pretty good in that advanced playmaker role, so I'm going to give him a run out there and see how we get on the second half here and try and push on now, basically, to see this season out and get a victory, basically, because we deserve it. Look at those match stats. 15 shots, 5 on target. Southampton's 1 shot this entire match. If we somehow lose this match now with those stats, it's absolutely unreal. It's absolutely unreal. But again, we're looking good. We are looking good, looking strong. But now the plan is for next season now. We've got to start planning forward now. What are we going to do going forward, basically? Where are we improving? I'm thinking someone else at the back, possibly. McKenna could go out on his way out maybe now. Cook, I'm not too sure on, really. Warren back in the team as well for us. So there's a few instances around this team right now where I'm thinking there's a few players we could change around. There's inside the free kick. Oh, he's put it narrowly wide. A great chance again. But a game with very little highlights here. We go to the final 10 minutes. We've had no real chances. That's probably our best chance of the game so far. Some tired legs on now, so we can get Jada off here. Cole back in. We have Gamer's new contract now. You have seen that as well from last episode. We did mention we'll give him a new deal. And João Pedro, of course. Daniel Sturridge. Gotta come on. See the season out. Last 10 minutes. Could Daniel Sturridge be the season's hero and get a vital 3 points for us? The last game of the season now. It's McKenna. Find Johnny. Back to Cook now. Ball can be brought forward here by Nottingham. Hopefully, our last goal can be done here. Yates. Daniel Sturridge. Sturridge, surely. Oh, he's done it as well. The golden boy. We worried about him at the start of the season, but Daniel Sturridge has got 12 goals this season. Mainly from the bench, but he's an absolutely bitsy. 84th minute. He's came on late. And he's possibly put Nottingham Forest into the top half of the Premier League table with that finish. What a strike. What an absolute peach of a strike there. 84 minutes in. Perfect timing for that goal. It does put us currently still into 11th according to the table. I'm guessing that'll update in a moment. There we go. Up into 9th place now, Forest. A top half finish looks set to be happening here. It's Johnny, Sturridge, Yates. Daniel Sturridge again. He's done it again. Daniel Sturridge. He's ripping Southampton apart here. Big Daniel Sturridge to the rescue. 2 goals coming off from the bench. João Pedro couldn't do the job, but Daniel Sturridge comes in and bags the brace. Late on here. It's a great bit of play here from Nottingham Forest. Plays it through. Yates taps it forward. Daniel Sturridge puts it home. Forest 2. Southampton 0. Going to stoppage time here. Job done. 9th place in the Premier League for our first season in the Premier League. What an amazing finish. So as the match ends, we're going to go straight now into the Nottingham Forest end of season review for our first season within the Premier League. First looking at some of the new arrivals this season. João Pedro came in as a wonder kid supposedly here. A+. It's not a bad season. 11 goals, 8 assists in 41 appearances. He's got a lot of room to move on still, but at 20 years of age, a very good first season for him. But we'll go from the top though. Jada was already at the club when we joined him, so no average ratings for him there. Anything for Ince. C- Staloni. Hasn't really played that much, but a few assists in his few appearances, so not a bad season for him. A B- there for Dagbaz. Happy to get that loan in from PSG. Did a very good season. 31 appearances overall. 4 assists, 2 goals as well. 7.05 average rating. Isn't bad at all, really. Panzo on the new boys. There's no board transfer there for him in terms of their reaction, but coming from Dijon, did a very good first season for us. A 7.0 average rating for him as well. 4 assists, 2 goals, same as Dagbaz, so not bad at all. On next is Sam Sturridge. There's no board reaction for him, but I mean, 15 goals in his 30 appearances this season, scoring half of his games he's started. It's not a bad return at all for Sturridge, really. Someone who weren't too sure if I'd use him at the start of the series, but he's looked very, very good so far. So on to Richie Torreira, the Toronto lad. He's been okay. He's not a starter in Myers, really. He's had 13 appearances, 14 from the bench. Got 4 assists, though. It's not in a bad return, really, but 27 years of age. Probably not someone looking too much around for the future, really. Obviously, we've mentioned João Pedro. Daniel Sturridge got a B+ from the board transfer reactions overall in the end. I mean, 13 goals, 6 assists, and 25 appearances. Not bad for the 32-year-old, really, considering we weren't sure what he'd be like this season. He's had a very, very good season here at Nottingham Forest. And of course, the likes of Johnny, who's been all over the season. I'm not sure what's going to happen with his future right now. Mohamed Raga came in last season. Not bad. He ain't really played many. 7 starts from this season at the right back. And obviously, we did bring another option in there. We had Dagba in there. He's done pretty good there himself this season. Steve Cook again. 28 appearances of Steve Cook, but I'm not looking too much at Steve Cook for the future. Possibly someone who could leave in the future. And then again, some of our younger prospects and backup players who aren't really playing this season, they'll all be out the door this season, let's face it, because they haven't really played for us. How it all unfolded. Top half, they expect to do the board. And we finished 9th, so we've done that for. I can't believe they expected top half, honestly. We were predicted to get 20th in the league. So I'm shocked they think that, man, really. But Daniel Sturridge getting 12 goals, not bad for us this season. A C+ from the board overall. You can see the complete league table there. Fulham, Bournemouth and Brighton all going down. All going down, which is massive, to be fair. Some of them teams going down this season. Spurs, 15th. Newcastle, 14th. But that's the important one there. Nottingham Forest getting 9th in the Premier League. So on to the moments to remember now. The biggest win of the season was in the Carabao Cup, a 7-1 victory over Wigan. A match to remember as a 1-0 narrow victory, in which Dagba got the goal of the season as well. The match to remember and the goal of the season both coming in the same game. Coming from Dagba, getting that key goal for his on the 82nd minute to get a huge victory right at the start of the season against Crystal Palace. If we go to the finances, not looking too bad so far. The most of sponsorships, getting good shirt sales as well. Some of the new boys getting their shirts in there as well. João Pedro being the top one. Sturridge up there as well, which is good to see. And how we lined up for most of the season, been that 4-3, 1-2 for most of the season. Those two up front have been really key for us. And then again, into the accolades. Player awards, fans player of the season is Jada, young player of the season is Jada as well. Signing of the season, João Pedro, goal of the season, Dagba, which we've kind of seen that already. Sturridge, top goal scorer on 15, most assists from Yates, and it goes on from there. A very good season, some great players in this team. But the big thing is now then, next season, we've got to start planning out for the new season, what we're going to do, who's going to be going, and of course, we want to see that budget for the new season. So let's forward now a little bit to find that new budget, and then next time out you'll see us be transfer special. So we've just come back, and Mr. Roundup has set an amazing transfer budget of 81 million and a wages of 1.6 million spent on wages for the next season, which is absolutely insane. Look at our actual infrastructure here now. We're only spending 482,000 on wages already. We've been given triple that, with 1.5 million spent on wages, and a monster budget of 81 million. Wow, this is going to be a very busy summer. We're back next episode, going through the transfer business that we've made so far in the summer, and getting on with our first game of the season. It's Season 2 in FM Forest. If you enjoyed the series so far, make sure you're liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you next episode for a transfer special. We'll see you there.